Hey everybody, welcome back to the Scentatar Fragrance channel. It's a pleasure to have you here back today. Here at the Scentatar Fragrance channel, we like to review colognes, perfumes, just about everything fragrance related. And let's jump into this video today. But first off, if you're new to my channel, a big welcome. And if you're a subscriber, thank you from the bottom of my heart. So today we're going to be talking about one of my most favorite fragrances, one of my most beloved fragrance find that I've ever had, and I'm letting the cat out of the bag. I'm sharing it with you, even though I was a little bit reluctant. This is something special to me. Maybe for one of you, it'll be special to you too. So first off, let's talk about the presentation. You get this plastic, almost like textured nylon kind of box. I love it because it keeps it out of the sun, it keeps it out of the heat, and I love the gold, the gold lettering. It's just a very simple but very effective presentation. I really do enjoy it. And of course, the bottles of Artisan are no slouch. The crystal or the high quality glass has a really good feel to it. You get their logo on the cap, and they have their name kind of embossed on the side, and the name on the front, of course. But you're here for the juice. Let's talk about the fragrance itself. Then let's talk about the projection longevity, then the complement factor, and lastly the price. So first off, this is a beautiful, transparent, fruity fragrances with a lot of complexity, but it's very harmonious. If to the average non-fragrance person, it might seem like a simple fragrance, but there is more going on here, and it's very beautiful. Now, the fruit in this fragrance, if you go to Fragrantica, it says it's a fig, but this fig doesn't really have any of the red or the red wine kind of aspect to it. It doesn't go kind of guava in nature either. For me personally, it becomes more of like a yellow fruit. Not a pineapple or a star fruit per se, but it could remind you of pineapple. It's not as acidic though, and it's very smooth. There's a beautiful kind of complexity with the mid notes of jasmine. And now this jasmine doesn't go too far. This is definitely a unisex fragrance, but as a man, I can definitely pull it off. The jasmine helps this fragrance have a beautiful floral quality, a very well-rounded nature. And with the violet, it helps give this fragrance a little bit of an invigorating and a confident touch to a otherwise could be simple and could be too feminine composition. But that wouldn't be a bad fragrance probably either. But overall, it's very beautiful. In the dry down, you begin to notice a little bit of like a white oak coming through. This white oak is very transparent. It's very beautiful. Oak is a note that's really hard to use very well. Not a lot of fragrances use that note per se, and it's blended just to perfection in this fragrance. So overall, you get an aromatic fragrance overall, but it's kind of on the fruitier side. But it has this beautiful, simple quality to it. It smells kind of charming, very kind of playful, kind of innocent, and it's beautiful, beautiful juice. So with the projection longevity, one of the reasons I love this fragrance so much is that it kind of gives me the sweet spot. It kind of gives me the perfect amount of performance I want in a daily wear fragrance, or a fragrance that I might I might be in the city, be around people, but not too close, if I'm going shopping, that kind of fragrance. It gives me 7 to 9 hours of performance. It's no slouch. This is a eau de parfum concentration. So the concentration of this fragrance could be a little bit more than even a parfum. But the projection isn't too much. It projects pretty well, but it's not beastly. But the sillage here is pretty good, I have to say, even great. So if you're walking past people, they're definitely going to be able to smell you. If you're around people, arm's length or so, people can notice you. And I really like a fragrance that can perform in that way. It's not too much, it's not too bold, it doesn't speak before I do, but it's definitely there, it's definitely noticeable, and it lasts a good amount of time. It's a good performer. And for a light fragrance, I mean, it's unbelievable, the complexity and the simple nature, and how mass appealing this is. So let's get to compliments. First off, I'm a guy and I do like more masculine fragrances, and I think the people around me where I live do like more masculine fragrances on a guy. So this hasn't got me the most compliments for me. But I know that in a bigger city, where people can wear, more metro fragrances like Dior Homme, and I'm not bashing that at all. That's a good thing. And if you're a lady, oh my goodness, perhaps a mid-aged lady, you want a summer fragrance this year, my goodness, this would be a beauty. And so it has a high compliment factor, but I just didn't get them. Every time I've worn it, people have, given me looks. They've really noticed, and I've seen people's mouth drop because this stuff is beautiful. Fig fragrances, if they're high quality, really can have that nature. They have a beautiful, succulent, sweet quality to them. So it's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And let's talk lastly about the price. So this fragrance can get pricey. It's about I think 150 maybe or more if you get it retail. Now you can get this fragrance closer to $100 if you look for a really good deal at places like Fragrance Net, which is where I got mine. But overall, I think it's really worth the money. It's beautiful quality. I love fragrances that are kind of fresh and kind of transparent, but they're still full-bodied. Oh my goodness, for me, this is a dream come true. It kind of fills some of my need for Creed Aventus and those kinds of fragrances. For me, this is a fruity fragrance that I can wear anytime, anywhere. So if you thought Pineapple Vintage Intense was too fruity, or if you like Aventus and you think it's too fruity and you don't like the smoke yourself, this is a beautiful kind of fragrance for you. Again, this is just comparing and contrasting. This isn't a Aventus and this isn't a Aventus killer, but it's certainly an option if you want a beautiful fruity fragrance, very complex. Unisex florals used here, and if you're a guy out there and you're not afraid of florals, or you want to get your hands on a fragrance with florals that perhaps you could use, maybe something that you want to share with your wife, this is a beautiful fragrance. And again, if you're a very macho man, this stuff isn't going to have that edge you might want. But the dry down and with the white kind of oak coming through, and that violet does give this fragrance a little bit of an edge, and it's just so lovely. Again, one of my favorite fragrances. I can't believe people don't know about it or talk about it in the FragCom very much. Again, I just love this stuff. For me, this is a masterpiece, a 10 out of 10. I do have to say it, the performance and the smell are spectacular. So that's my thoughts on Caligna. I had to share it with you today. I felt the time was right. So thank y'all so much for stopping by. If you have watched this full review, I think you're a fan of my channel, and I really appreciate you. If you would subscribe, like, comment with what you think about this fragrance. If it sounds like something you'd be interested in, I would love to know. Let me know what kind of other transparent or perhaps fig fragrances that you love. And of course, share the video. And thank you all so much for your support. And this has been the Centaur Fragrance Channel. And I'll see y'all next time, of course. And don't forget to wear what you love. I'll be loving this one. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.